Alright, hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I am just out and about. I'm actually on my way to a nephew's basketball game. I think he's like in 6th grade or 7th grade, so on my way to the game, and the game is actually in a small country town. So en route, I figured I'll stop, get some photos, share them with you guys, take you along on the drive with me. It's a beautiful, beautiful fall day. It's after work. It's like 4:45 right now. Game starts at 5:30, so I got to get this done quick. So this is my first stop. Right behind me you can see there's a forest. I'm in a forest preserve. It's right by the Fox River, so the light is shining down through these maple trees, and the leaves are all yellow and gold and green and orange. So I'm gonna see if I can find a couple of shots right now, and if I do, I'll put them up for you in just a second. Alright, so for those first shots, I just went back deeper into the woods, was looking right into the sun, putting the sun behind and between some of the trees. I found these stately trees that went up forever, so shot them both horizontal and vertical. I think I'm gonna like the vertical one better, but it was a pretty simple shoot, not much to it. I just went out there, composed it, put the trees where I kind of liked them, and nothing, you know, real fancy. I just had my 24-70 on my Nikon D850. Went out there and shot a few. I did, since I'm moving super fast, I did a 5 exposure bracket, 1 stop apart, so I'm covered, right? I'm gonna have a premium exposure for sure. So, and I do tend to bracket a lot, but when I'm in a hurry, I definitely bracket just so my bases are covered, I don't miss anything, and that's it. It's nice to have options. Alright, so this is definitely the express vlog, right? So found that tree behind me. It's got some dead trees down in front of it, so I did a 2-shot focus stack, 3 exposure bracket, and just framed it up so I could see the dead trees in the front and the foreground, and got that nice, beautiful, golden, soft light on the tree, and then the golden leaves, green leaves of fall in the background. At least that was the idea. F11 is where I started at. ISO's at like 100, maybe 80, ISO 80 I think I'm at, and shutter speed varied because I was bracketing. So alright, that's it. It. Now oh my god, the sun is just lighting up over there. I'll see if you guys won't be able to see it, but through those trees. Holy cow, beautiful fall, beautiful, spit it out, beautiful fall colors. So right now I'm going to put my 70-200 on and try to get a couple more shots of that scene down there by the river right now. Well, believe it or not, I missed 2 times. So missed the last light that was falling on those trees across the river. I took some shots. Alright, so I got lucky. The sun actually came back out. I got some exposures of the very last bit of sun on those trees over there. Just the oranges and the yellows and the greens and the darkness of the trees. It's just gorgeous setting, gorgeous fall setting. And that house over there is actually pretty famous. It was used in a Kenny Chesney music video. I don't know when, but apparently it was used as where they filmed the music video. I don't recall what song. I'll put it up on the screen. But wow. All right, so this isn't just like a 3-minute video. I'm gonna go ahead, we'll jump now into the old photo lab and we'll process a few of these, and you guys let me know which ones you like, if any. Alright, so I'm gonna show you how I went from this to something like this, but I'm actually gonna take this a little bit further. So let's go here, we will go reset. Alright, so the first thing I do is I'll crop it, and I like this image in a 16:9, so not a big deal there. Just take it pretty much all the way down. Now as far as white balance, I typically just use auto. And then I'll open up my highlights, I'll open up my shadows to about there. I'm going to hit Option and then drag the whites slider. Whoops. And when you see those little colored dots go away, you know you're not clipping off the highlights anymore. I'm going to do the same thing for the blacks, but you can take the blacks a little further than I usually do. I like a little more contrast. Look at this thing, big old blob on my lens. We'll get rid of that very easily. That's a beautiful thing. I'm gonna add a little bit of clarity, not much, 7 points. And I'm gonna come down and remove chromatic aberration, enable profile corrections. Basically that's just it's removing any distortion from the barrel of your lens, and Lightroom does a great job of keeping that updated. So now I'm going to go to the transform panel, and I just hit auto, and it's not going to do anything because I was really level when I shot this image. A little touch of post-crop vignetting and a little touch of saturation down there, and right now I could be done, but you see in the foreground the water. This is a half-second exposure, so the water's blurred out a little bit. I want to add some depth and make these reflections pop a little bit, so I'm going to get a custom brush here, and I'm going to use the dehaze slider. Go about, yeah, I was going to say between 35 and 40, and I clicked right on 37, so that's not bad. So I'm just going to brush this in and watch what it's going to do here in the foreground. It's going to add some contrast and make these reflections pop a little bit. I like that. I'm going to hit close. So I could be done with this image right now, but I want to show you guys that this tool I've been using for about, I guess, the last month or so. I've been experimenting with it. So I'm going to right click on the image and go to edit in, and I'm going to edit in Color Efex Pro, and I'm going to edit a copy of it with the Lightroom adjustments. Just going to click edit there. So it's rendering and it's sending, turning this into a TIFF file and sending it to Color Efex Pro. Okay, and you can see here, I did the trial. It's a Nikon product. I think it used to be a Google product. I don't know. So I just hit try, and it defaults back to the last filter. It's basically a laundry list of filters you can use on your images. So the last one I used was this Glamour Glow, which is kind of neat, but I'm going to turn it off right now. So here's the image as I processed it in Lightroom. I'm going to go first to Brilliance and Warmth. Who doesn't like brilliance and warmth, right? So I just used the neutral or the default one. See what that looks like first. I always start there. You got to be careful with these things so you don't go nuts and have like otherworldly colors. I mean, some people like that, but it just gets a little, you know, outside of the bounds of reality. I guess that's okay sometimes. They're all a little intense. I kind of like that. I'm going to stick with neutral. But I'm going to go back to that Glamour Glow. Just adds a little artsy flair to it. Almost gives it a painterly feel. So, yeah, I like that. Now I'm going to add a vignette. This thing is really easy to use. Like I said, I just started doing it. So I'm going to try this Darkened Vignette first. I like them both. This rectangular vignette takes the reflections in the water pretty much out of the image, where the darkened vignette still has it in. I guess it depends what you're going for. If you want to send the viewer's eye right to those trees, take the reflection out of the river. If you're okay with it. I'm actually taking the reflections out. I didn't think I would do that, but that's what I'm going to stay with. Well, let's look at this one. Yuck. And that's it. Now I'm just going to hit save. And it takes it right back into Lightroom, where I'm going to mark it with a 2 because that one's ready for the vlog. So that's it, everybody. Hey, thank you very much for stopping by the channel. Hope you enjoyed the images. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop me a like, drop me a comment, let me know how you're doing. And with that, I am Garrick, and I am your very best friend in the whole wide world. So hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you next week. Bye bye.
I heard you and your missus had gone your separate ways. I guess I should feel sorry, but I for one still dream about those days when we played